Yo, morning. Just woke up, so we're going to look at the market and see what exactly we're looking to trade today. Okay, so just looking at market structure, we can see that we're due for a short-term reversal or a range of consolidation back into an internal low after taking external liquidity and mitigating what looks to be bearish market structure, which just means I'm going to be looking for shorts today. So actually, I'm going to be looking for shorts here. Let's do, looking to pass some evals as well.
Order submitted.
Okay, so I'm going to take this trade here into sell-side liquidity right off the bat, and I'm anticipating us not to reach back up into this fair value gap. All right, so I'm going to annotate this as a bearish fair value gap, but I'm actually going to annotate it green, and then annotate it as a BAG, which is a breakaway gap, right? Which just means we anticipate price action not to trade up into there. And the reasoning for that is because we've already mitigated a higher form of high time frame imbalance with a sweep of liquidity, which means because the manipulation is already made, we're currently in a state of distribution, right? So if we have this accumulated range here that we've already manipulated above, the next phase of market delivery, accumulation into manipulation into distribution. Okay, so this is really important here. I will enlarge this, put this up at the top, and the reason this is so key is because I'm understanding, right, where we currently are in price action, what day it is, which I'll kind of get into. It's Thursday, right? And yesterday's price action, we ended up pumping into an area where a sell-off makes sense, but it's not just like a random sell-off at a random time, right? It's a sell-off at a given put a circle here. It's a sell-off at a given like a key level or a very important. I'll do I'll do yellow just because like it should be like an important it should be like a light bulb going off in your head, right? And so because I'm already in this trade, right, and I anticipate us not to come back into this fair value gap or this breakaway gap, I anticipate us to dump, market open and rip, right? I don't even expect us to manipulate into this fair value gap, right? So this should be unmitigated breakaway gap slash unmitigated fair value gap. Okay, which is basically what I'm anticipating slash looking for. Let me see. I need to manage some things a little bit differently, so hold up. Right here. I need to partial on some other accounts. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm mostly trading on like evals today anyway, right? But yeah, so if I can find these important swing points that are made, then yes, I'll trade them. If I anticipate that manipulation to occur here at a given key level, but if I know that I already missed that range, then I kind of just slap the entry as long as I have something like this, right? This gives me confirmation of a trade idea that will allow me to be in a trade, but won't punish me for, it won't punish me in terms of like RR. So right now I'm risking like 13 points because my stop loss is at this unmitigated fair value gap. But once we drop below this range, whether it's before or after 9:30 is a completely different story, because we've already taken more than 50% of this fair value gap. So this is also going to be another range or a light bulb that goes off in my head. I'm going to annotate it yellow again. And then I do have 50% here, which I will change the color to, I'll just make it a line so you can kind of see that 50%, right? The 50%, super important. In this current fractal or price action, because once again, all right, we're in a 4-hour / 15-minute fair value gap, right? And then we want to keep in mind the reaction that we got from it, right? If we created this swing point for price action to drop lower, once we see a mitigation of 50% or a closure, then we can start actually annotating other PD arrays that make sense. So here we'd have this 1-minute order block, right? This is an up close, or sorry, yeah, it's an up close candle. So this right here would be my bearish order block, right? And you can't annotate these. I'm gonna use let me use this. You can't annotate these however you want, because not every up close candle and down close candle is an actual order block, which is where it gets slightly confusing when reading price action, right? And that's fine. Like, there's not really like a set in stone rule on how to annotate for value gaps, order blocks, breakers, whatever. Right, so normally, yes, I'd annotate this and anticipate price to hold this range, but because we're right at the cusp of like New York market open, yes, it can get like invalidated short term, but once we close back below the bearish order block, what do you think is most likely going to happen from this range? Sell off from reclaimed order block. Okay, so we will see that shortly. Okay, so we got about 4 seconds until market open, where we anticipate price action to hold this range. And then what the concept we said about the 50%, that's going to be the same thing, right? Once we reclaim 50, we want to see sell off into the external liquidity or sell side liquidity here, which is also internal liquidity, right, on the 15, 1 hour, etc. Yeah. So this is just for me here, where I need a TP or take partials on some accounts, but I'm gonna keep the main TP here, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. All right, so I suppose, like, now that I'm like in this trade, I guess like maybe some people have like questions on like, what do I do while the trade's running, right? At this point, am I moving stop losses, going break even, moving TPs? I mean, not necessarily, right? So my whole trade idea / plan is we're going for external liquidity, right? Or this low, right? Then the only thing I can really do here is anticipate lower prices. And how do I do that? Well, we have this 50% that I marked out. We basically disrespected it aggressively. So a retracement here, once again, isn't that like warranted? Hold up, I need to...
Order filled.
Okay, I was able to take my partials on some of these accounts. So anyways, we're anticipating a continued dump lower, right? So which means all I'm doing now is, okay, sorry, just making sure. All I'm doing now is anticipating a continuation lower from the ranges I've already given prior to my entry slash when I was annotating bearish order block slash sell off from the reclaimed order block, right? So in terms of entry now, you don't really have any, which is why this entry model that I use is so like, it's so flexible, right? I don't have to wait for anything crazy. I'm just trading raw price action given the correct time. Yeah, I mean, I'll just let it print. Let me drink water. Oh, my bad if you can hear that. All right, and another thing I want to keep in mind is I did not look at ES one bit after I already annotated the market range, right? After I figured out where we wanted to go in price action, I did not look at ES whatsoever, right? And now we have NQ currently dropping into sell side liquidity, right? I don't anticipate us to hold any bullish intent here until we sweep basically where my TP is, right? So I got lucky with my TP. If it was set any lower, then I'd feel pretty iffy about a reversal and getting edged. But currently where price action is right now, there's not really a need for it. So I'm just going to anticipate a continued dump into TP slash external
Order
range.
canceled.
Okay, so we just ended up hitting TPs. Okay, I think I flattened all just to make sure. And yeah, that's basically the most straightforward trade recap like for the day. I'm basically logged off probably, like there's not really much else for me to do. But yeah, there's a live execution. If there are questions, like just DM. I probably didn't go over a few other things just because like I woke up like 15 minutes ago. So, you know, yeah. But next video, I suppose.